Over the years, countless YouTubers have gotten themselves into serious trouble. Some creators have committed crimes so serious that they were sentenced to jail time as punishment. But before we jump into it, make sure you guys hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. This man has become infamous in the world of YouTube, and this list would not be complete without him. Elliot Rogers was 22 years old when he uploaded a disturbing video to his YouTube account. Elliot had been tormented throughout his childhood and teenage years. He claims that he was bullied in school by all of the girls he showed a romantic interest in. He claims that the popular kids forced him to suffer for many years, though he never went into detail about what had happened to him. By all means, Elliot was emotionally disturbed after being bullied for so long, but those feelings reached a boiling point in May of 2014. Elliot had enough of his peers taunting him, so he took matters into his own hands and devised a plan. He decided to claim the lives of all the students that had mocked him. He harmed 3 males, 3 females, a deli worker, and 13 other people while police attempted to capture him. By the end of it all, he took his own life as well. If it hadn't been for this, Elliot would have gone to prison for life. Before the attack, Elliot posted to YouTube and explained to his followers that he would give the bullies exactly what they deserve: utter annihilation. Austin Jones was a massive YouTuber and acapella singer whose videos gained millions of views, with him often covering pop artists such as Justin Bieber and Fall Out Boy. The vast majority of his 500,000 followers are believed to have been younger female viewers, and it was his actions with his fans that led him to face criminal charges that landed him 10 years in prison. Austin had been speaking to many of his followers through their personal Facebook pages. He had been asking dozens of these girls to send him photos or videos that were incredibly indecent. It didn't take long for police to catch on to what was happening, and he was arrested and sent to trial. Police say that his end goal was to bring these girls to his home or meet up with them elsewhere. Thankfully, this never happened. Austin was sent to trial and received a punishment of 10 years behind bars. His YouTube channel has now been deleted, and it seems as though most of his viewers hardly even remember him. Vitaliy is a YouTuber from Russia who has made a name for himself after posting comedy videos, prank videos, and vlogs. He currently has over 10 million subscribers and nearly 2 billion views. However, Vitaliy is not immune to the long arm of the law. In April of 2020, Vitaliy was arrested after he got into a fight with a woman who was jogging in Miami. The woman explained that she was jogging on a Sunday night when Vitaliy jumped out and began to assault her without being provoked. She says that she called out for help, but no one stopped to help her. Vitaliy ran away and hid inside a home that was nearby, and police found him there a few hours later. He was charged with a felony. Back in 2016, Vitaliy also found himself in trouble with the law when he burst onto an NBA court after painting his chest to read "Trump sucks." This image went viral immediately afterward and gained Vitaliy a lot of popularity online. However, Vitaliy was only fined $1,000 for this event. A man named Andrew Haley, or Catch Me Killer, posted a YouTube video claiming that he had taken the lives of 16 people. He ended up turning the confession into a game, after distorting his voice and giving viewers clues to try and catch him. To further this, he even used names and photos of real-life disappearances, claiming to have information about what truly happened to these individuals. The victims were, in fact, real. However, Andrew's story appears to have been completely falsified. Police were quickly alerted to Andrew's video, at which point they were easily able to track him down. He was taken in for questioning, but soon found out that the entire event was staged. At this point, he was arrested for tampering with evidence and making false claims. From here, he faced trial and was convicted, at which point he was sentenced to a 2-year work program. After his release, he began to question his charges. Andrew claims that, while his actions were certainly wrong, he never tampered with any sort of evidence or made any sort of false claims, simply fictional ones. He insisted that his actions were covered under First Amendment rights to free speech. He took these claims to court, and the tampering with evidence charge was dropped, though the false claims charges stayed. David Rock was a popular YouTuber who often posted videos of his antics taking place on his farm. At his peak, he had 92,000 subscribers and was even being paid up to $15,000 a month by YouTube in exchange for uploading content regularly. Though by 2009, David's past began to become public, and his newfound career began to crumble. His viewers soon found out that David had pleaded guilty to 7 separate charges of sexual misconduct. In court, he admitted to recording videos of people against their will. Because of this, David was no longer allowed near children without the parents' consent. He was sent through the prison system for a short while during the trial. He claimed that he had been treated for manic depressive disorder and that he had recovered, though his followers were not easily convinced. After this, his channel began to fall apart and his followers slowly abandoned him. His videos began to dwindle, and his account was finally deactivated due to violating YouTube's terms of service. YouTube never explained how he violated any terms in their agreement, but either way, David Rock's channel was no more. A man named Edward first rose back to fame in the 1970s, when he was hired to work on a local television show in Kansas City. However, Edward's career was cut short when he was arrested for crimes against children, sending him to prison for 18 months. Upon his release, he was quoted as saying, "I would never sexually offend again, but we all can't help but sin. We're all human beings." By 2007, he had his computers and alcohol confiscated from him by local police. Part of his punishment from the 1970s was that he needed to inform officers of his criminal past if he ever moved cities or states. He failed to do this, so all of his electronics were taken away as punishment. He insisted that he never spoke to the police about his criminal record because he didn't want to scare any of his neighbors. Throughout the process of his electronics being taken away, police found video footage of Edward that had been uploaded to YouTube of him lip-syncing to the song Pretty Woman.
Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman.
As it would turn out, Edward had been recording these clips and having his friends upload them. He was unaware that this would technically violate his probation. Because of this, he was arrested again in 2010 and sentenced to 5 years in prison. His YouTube account has since been deleted. Michael Lombardo was a musician that found a small following on YouTube in the early 2010s. He would regularly upload music videos to his account and was well liked within the YouTube community. His music became so popular that he signed to DFTBA Record and released an album, though his success would be very short-lived. Rumors began to spread that claimed Michael was not the person he made himself out to be. These rumors reached a peak in 2013 when Michael was arrested after having been indecently involved with children. Because of this, his account with over 20,000 followers was immediately closed, and Michael's career as a singer was over. He was sent to prison for 5 years. He was released in August of 2018, but no one has heard from him since his release. It's unlikely he will ever return to YouTube. Curtis Lepore and Jesse Smiles were two massive Viners and YouTubers back in the early 2010s. They had both found a huge following of fans, and the internet was head over heels for these two. They had been involved in an online relationship with one another for a while before deciding to officially meet in person. Their newfound relationship became so popular that a hashtag about them was trending on Twitter for a while, though things took a very dark turn in August of 2013. Jesse claims that the two were filming a Vine video when things went wrong and she was hit over the head with an object. She became very dizzy and fell unconscious. Rather than calling an ambulance, Curtis took advantage of Jesse's vulnerable state. Jesse realized what had happened when she woke up, so she filed a police report against Curtis. He was taken to court and was released after posting a $100,000 bail. He was then sentenced to just 24 days of community service. This woman is something else. Back in 2010, she was arrested after she had supposedly left her 12-year-old son home alone while on a business trip. Police claimed that her home was almost uninhabitable, with dishes and food being found all over the home. She was charged once again a few months later after police found out she had not been making her son attend school. This caused her to be taken to court, where she could have been facing years of jail time. However, she only received 90 days behind bars. Throughout her trial, she repeatedly begged her viewers for money to help her pay for legal expenses. Some of her viewers happily helped out, while thousands of others abandoned ship and unsubscribed. Brandon Carter is a massive fitness YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of followers. He was arrested a few years ago after he had planned to stage a fight with fellow YouTuber Connor Murphy. The two headed to 6th Street in Austin, Texas, and claimed that they planned on pretending to fight for a few moments before breaking out into a dance. However, the police didn't give the two a chance to carry out their plan. Instead, police tackled them both just moments after the fight had begun. They were both arrested, and Brandon Carter remained in police custody for over 3 months. Connor Murphy was released immediately.